I'm Tatum. I'm a songwriter, singer, and amateur producer because I'm still learning that part of it. But welcome to my channel, or welcome back to it. I know I don't talk a lot on this channel. I tend to talk more about myself on my other channel that I share with my cousin called Shoes Choose. Check that out if you haven't. It's a lot of fun. But in this video, I thought it would be fun to talk about my latest news. I am releasing my first mini album that I wrote and produced myself. I've been pretty nervous to release it because I put a lot of time and heart into it, and it's just gonna be sad if no one enjoys it, but you know, that's how it is, that's how art goes. But it consists of 4 new songs, and the mini album is called My Receipts. It comes out January 23rd, and I just really hope you at least like one song. If you like all 4, thank you so much and I love you. I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about what the songs are about and the process of writing them and how like the story came about to write them. So I hope you guys strap in and are ready for the video. So when it comes to the name of the album, My Receipts, I wanted something that captured what the songs were truly about as a whole, and it's pretty much about my past and what I've been through. And I know there's that whole saying of show me the receipts, so I thought it'd be like, well, here's my receipts of showing like evidence of my life and who I am as a person and how I've grown as a person. So yeah, that's kind of what the songs are about, growth and past, and I thought receipts were a good metaphor for showing where you've been. So yeah, that's where I came up with that. I also thought they looked pretty cool in the pictures. But yeah, so that's kind of the backstory of the album. So the first song on the album is called Green Eyes. And this one, I don't know if you can tell in this video, but I do have green eyes. I always kind of thought I had hazel eyes, but after a hazel-eyed person told me that I had green eyes, I'm like, okay, so I can accept that I have green eyes now. I got the idea for this song because I saw a picture of me when I was younger, and it was a really good picture of my eyes, and I'm like, I want to say like 5, but I just thought it was such a cute picture of myself, and it made me just think about green eyes and how from such a young age I was like a jealous person and I always wanted what other people had, and that made me think of the Shakespeare story of Othello with the green-eyed monster. And I just thought it was interesting growing up as someone who has green eyes and being so jealous that it made me think, oh, that was why. You know, I was just born with jealousy in me. I couldn't control it. That's me making excuses. So this whole song is basically one big excuse, I guess. This was me trying to make an excuse, being knowledgeable enough to know that I had a problem with being jealous and feeling like I never had enough or that I was never enough. So it's kind of the first step, like the 5 steps of 5 steps of grief. Well, whatever. It's like the first step, acknowledgement, knowing that you are doing something wrong, which that's what this song kind of is. Green eyes. It's making an excuse, but it's also acknowledging that I have a problem with jealousy and me sort of blaming it on my green eyes because the green was just in me, the jealousy was just in me. So yeah, this was one of the first songs that I was working on in this album, and it's slower. It brings in trumpets and a sort of wonky piano. I just kind of wanted it to feel like sort of like a memory, like a dream, like remembering something and knowing how things were. And I hope that's the vibe that you get from it. So I hope you enjoy Green Eyes, and on to the next. So the second song on the album is called Kinda Familiar, and this song is one that I still have to explain to my brother that I wrote. Hopefully he's okay with it, because he hasn't heard it yet, but it's actually a song written about his situation with an ex-girlfriend. Sometimes you date the wrong people. I think a lot of people can identify with that. You know, you get tangled up with the wrong people, you fall in love with the wrong people, and me and my family watched my brother go through that. And after he finally broke up with her, finally, we were all a little bit afraid that he would fall back into the same pattern and find someone similar to her. And that was definitely a big fear for me, because that was a long time of them dating that it affected all of us, not just him or her. So yeah, this song is about what if he found another girl who was familiar, who was similar to that past girl. And it's basically me talking to him about, hey, this girl seems kind of familiar. Like, it's like you have dated her before. If he ended up finding someone who was similar to that last girl, which he didn't. He's dating a really nice girl now. So I think it's kind of a funny story whenever I hear the song, because it's just, that's how I felt, and that's how I would feel if he were to have found someone similar, which he didn't, thank goodness. So yeah, kind of familiar is it's sort of a made-up event, I guess. The first part of the song isn't, because it's based off a real event, but it is fictional in the sense that he found someone similar. And anyone who is in a relationship like that, who feels stuck or trapped or has seen someone go through that relationship, my heart calls out to them, because it's tough. It's you definitely go through a lot, and I hope you make it out okay. On to the next. So the third song on the album is called Pink, which sounds kind of funny, but I swear if you hear the song, it makes sense. My friend, when I told her what the song was called, she was like, how is that gonna work with the song? But it does. So you'll just have to check it out to see how that works with the song. But this song was really fun to make. It was also really difficult because it's very much a pop song, and that was a little difficult for me vocally to achieve. I've leaned more towards jazz or more of like a chill vibe. This one was more upbeat and poppy. But this song is, the main message is called like Paint the Town Pink. And I got this idea from my grandma, actually. She was like, girls, let's go paint the town red. No, let's go paint the town pink. And I'm like, paint the town pink? I like that, Grandma. I think I might steal that from you. And she's like, okay, do it. And I remember us being in the car asking them, okay, what would pink mean? What would this stand for? And yeah, I think I meant it as a joke that I would write a song about Paint the Town Pink, but I did it. And I think it's honestly a lot of fun. The pink in the song basically means femininity. That's kind of hard to say. That was kind of a big message for me to relay, because there was a point in my life where I didn't think it was cool to be feminine. I grew up with 2 older brothers and a mom that was kind of a tomboy, and I just kind of always wanted to be one of the boys. So I never really embraced my feminine side, except when I was really, really young. I definitely went through that sort of tomboy phase, and I kind of just like rejected the idea of pink altogether. I didn't like pink. It didn't make me cool. It didn't make me whatever. But I finally got through that phase in my life and accepted the fact that I'm a girl. I like pink. It's okay to be feminine. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to have feelings and express them. So yeah, it's basically celebrating femininity, and I think that's so great to do. And when I was thinking about femininity, it made me think about like shows or certain things that celebrated being feminine, and things that came to mind were like Barbie. Legally Blonde was a huge one, because she's just like amazing. She's super girly, feminine, loves clothes, loves shopping, but she's also super smart and didn't let anything get in her way. And I think it just goes to show that being feminine is not a bad thing. Like, you can have a balance. You can like pink and still get stuff done. Like, it's not, it can go hand in hand. And that was something that I needed to learn. And now that I have learned it, I really wanted to share that message and spread that message and just sort of celebrate it. So the lyrics include, throws in there with Legally Blonde, with Clueless, with Barbie. So it's It's really just like a fun, girly song. Even though the song is about like embracing femininity, I hope everyone can enjoy it because the song really, the essence of it is celebrating who you are and just embracing it, not trying to be cool, not trying to be sexy, just being you, just being the goofy you that you are at like 12 a.m. when you're just dancing in a living room or whatever you guys do. I just wanted a fun song where you didn't have to overthink things and just have fun with it. So yeah, that's the essence of the song, and that's Pink. So I hope you enjoy it, and on to the fourth and last song. So the fourth and final song on the album is called Found Her in the After. And this song, I feel like, means a lot to me because it's written off a lot of years of pain, of growth, of feelings, of events. I think it was just a song that was a long time coming, and I'm glad that I finally got to write it out. I couldn't tell you the feeling that I experienced after like I officially said, okay, I think it's done. So the song was written about my growth from the darkest point in my life to a breaking point to being on the other end of that breaking point. And it's about growth and how growth is painful. Like it's not easy for anyone, I assume, and there's a lot of things you go through. So in high school, I was going through a really dark time in my life where I didn't feel like I was good enough. I didn't feel like I had any real friends close to me because a lot of my good friends moved away. I just didn't feel like I belonged anywhere. I didn't feel like anyone understood me, which all sounds like pretty normal things for a high schooler saying all that out loud. But it really got to me mentally, and I was finding less and less things to live for. And I got to a really dark point in my life where I wasn't sure that like I should even keep trying. But I specifically remember watching this YouTube video actually, and something about the way she worded things, it wasn't even like a motivational video, it was just a regular girl, and she said something, and the way she worded it made me think, okay, if I can't stand living my life how it is now, then I gotta change something. And since that day, things have definitely changed. It was not easy. There were a lot of tears and a lot of lonely days and nights. There was definitely a breaking point for me. And I think I always tried to not get to that point of breaking because I just thought, oh, that's actually gonna be the end of me. But I think what I realized is that that breaking point, that low point, showed me who I could be, who I actually wanted to be, and how I wanted to live. You know, sometimes the low points show you that, and you don't really know that as a kid. You're just trying not to mess up, and you're trying to just get through the days. But that low point, that breaking point, showed me who I wanted to be. And since then, I've really built up a version of myself that I wanted to see in the mirror. And I got to this other side, and I call it the aftermath. So the song is really emotional. It talks about how I felt like I kind of lost way with my faith and making my way back to it, how a battlefield in my mind was really overpowering and I couldn't see things for how they were. It's just growing, you know. It's really difficult to get through life with a positive attitude and come out on the other end stronger. So I really hope people enjoy the song. I hope people can relate to it and know that you're not alone when maybe you really feel like it, because I know there's a lot of times where I did. But you can become a better version of yourself if you believe in yourself. You have to make the change for yourself. I'm not trying to be like giving advice. I'm no person who should be giving advice, but I know how it feels to feel like the lowest version of yourself and feel like you have nowhere to go. I hope you can understand the value and the meaning of the lyrics, because I put a lot of heart into them. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it intrigued you a little bit, And if you want to know more about each song, I know it kind of just gave like a vague sort of explanation of each. I could do maybe like a breakdown of the lyrics, which would be kind of fun. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and look out for more, and look out for the new music coming soon, January 23rd.